Thank you for joining us here at the First Alert Desk on Atlanta News First. Plus, we just want to break in with some breaking news here as we track Helene, who has now been upgraded to a hurricane rapidly strengthening in the Gulf area. We're going to have more for you from First Alert meteorologist Rodney Harris here in a moment, but I just want to hop on here first to talk about some of the impacts that you can expect. We've been talking about it on Atlanta News First for really since the beginning of the week, and as you have seen our team of meteorologists warning you about what is expected to come, we are preparing you for before, during, and after the storm. A lot is going to have to take place for you today to be ready for the brunt of this storm system on Thursday and Friday as it's making its way into Atlanta. I want to just show you that track here, and I'm not a meteorologist, so I won't get into the details here, but you can see that track making its way into Metro and kind of the timing of that for us. So we don't want you to think that this is just going to be some light rain. We really want to get you prepared and ready and feeling confident that you have everything that you need, whether it's insurance, whether it's your emergency supplies, whether it's your medication, that you know when you need to prepare, and that preparation really should start for you today. So as we have Atlanta News First meteorologist Rodney Harris joining us here in a moment, I just want to go through some of what we have seen and the preparations that we are recommending to use. So right now, we are about to see some major rain coming into our area, not related to Helene, but kind of impacted by that pressure system. Strong winds, tornadoes cannot be ruled out. Our team of meteorologists have been forecasting heavy rain and significant flooding. So do prepare for flood threats, secure your items. We're going to have more for you on what exactly you need to prepare. But for now, I do want to throw it out to our reporter with a look at how to get ready starting today.
Linda Marie Johnson is one of many Georgians gearing up for Tropical Storm Helene.
I have canned foods for 3 days, water for 3 days.
She stopped by this Ace Hardware here in Chamblee to stock up and get ready for this monster storm.
I came to get some painter's tape to tape up my windows in the event that something hits them during the wind event, that the glass would not shatter.
She was one of several customers we watched buying batteries, flashlights, chainsaws, and flood bags.
Hey Dylan, welcome to Ace.
We talked to the store manager, who says the first thing you'll want to do is secure your outdoor furniture and plants.
Usually winds do more damage than water, depending on the hurricane or the level of it. So winds you have to be careful for, because they're going to take down tree branches, they're going to take down power lines.
At a nearby Publix, shelves are quickly clearing of bottled water as we ask shoppers their storm essentials.
Water, batteries, flashlights, make sure you have enough snacks, potato chips, drinks you can drink without being cold, apple juice, mostly that.
The American Red Cross is urging anyone in the storm's path to have their households ready with at least 3 days worth of water and non-perishable food.
People like to be prepared. Nobody wants to get out in bad weather to shop.
Blake Devine, Atlanta News First.
Yeah, so some good advice there. Just to give you a preview as we look at the track of Hurricane Helene, we are going to be talking today about preparations, insurance, what you need to do for your home, what you need to do for your car, things like that. I want everybody to have the opportunity today, as we start to see that initial rain, to really look around and consider what needs to be brought inside and what needs to be secured, as well as who do you need to contact ahead of time, checking on your folks, checking with your insurance agent on what you'll need. We're going to talk to the experts that respond to these severe weather situations, and they are going to give you first-hand insight on what you should do. So that is coming up here in a moment. As I mentioned, we do have our First Alert meteorologists hard at work. We are the largest meteorology team in the Southeast. and that goes to show you how detailed our forecasting is. So we have around-the-clock meteorologists that are forecasting and tracking every detail of this path, specifically looking at Atlanta and Metro and what you can expect there. Heavy rain is the major concern, as well as the threat of flooding. So a lot is coming our way, especially Thursday and into Friday. I do want to bring in now meteorologist Rodney Harris with a look at what exactly this storm system, now Hurricane Helene, is going to bring.
Okay, Maria, so as you know, as you have told people, we now have Helene, which has been upgraded to a hurricane. Winds are at 80 miles per hour. For perspective, you have 74. That's the threshold for a Category 1 hurricane. Right now, Helene is leaving the Caribbean and starting to move into the southern Gulf of Mexico, moving northwest at 10 miles per hour. In addition to Helene now being a hurricane, we also have an updated track. It's a little bit stronger with this track compared to what we were seeing earlier this morning. So here we go. Throughout the course of the day today, it will continue to eventually move northeast and get closer and closer to Florida. We are forecasting this to still be a major hurricane. This is at landfall Thursday night along the Big Bend region of Florida. Those winds have increased just a little bit more, now up to 125 miles per hour. That's right at landfall again. The forecast is 125 mile per hour winds right at landfall Thursday night, the Big Bend region of Florida. So that's a major hurricane. Beyond that, as we continue toward the north, we are forecasting Helene to stay a hurricane in South Georgia and a tropical storm over North Georgia. One thing I want to point out with this new track, and again, the track brand new as of 11 o'clock this morning, we are seeing that track basically over Metro Atlanta now. So not only North Georgia, but Metro Atlanta. And it's a little bit further west, which concerns us because we were already looking at a significant event. The further west that track goes, the higher your rain totals will be and the stronger the wind will be. So we may have to increase some of these thresholds a little bit, especially Friday morning, now that that track is a little bit further west. So that's certainly something we're going to continue to watch for you. Here's a look at an update of your impacts here across Metro Atlanta. Today, we are already seeing showers and storms out there. Some of those storms will be severe. In fact, we've been tracking some severe thunderstorm warnings west of Metro Atlanta, and it's not impossible that we see some isolated tornadoes now through this evening. I do want to point out the activity that we're seeing right now has nothing to do with Helene. This is because of a front that is moving into North Georgia, but again, rain, storms, and even some isolated tornadoes will be possible this afternoon and evening, basically as of right now. As I'm giving you your update on Helene, we do have First Alert Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Valdez and First Alert Meteorologist Ella Dorsey both standing by in the event that a tornado warning is issued. That will be possible now throughout the course of the afternoon. So that's a first alert for today. Then as we slide into Thursday, we'll shift from the front that we're seeing today to the impacts from Helene. So Thursday, we'll see heavy rain and gusty winds. The potential for flooding will be there Thursday. By Thursday night, we're just looking at the potential for trees coming down because the winds are going to start to increase Thursday night. So not only do you have heavy rain, but with those winds becoming really strong, trees, power lines coming down Thursday night, that will continue into Friday morning. Friday morning is still the overall worst time for the entire event here for us in Metro Atlanta. Heavy rain, strong winds, again, trees and power lines could still come down Friday morning, and we are still looking at this moving completely out of Metro Atlanta by Friday afternoon. So after lunch on Friday, we will be in better shape. Want to get you back to the latest on Helene. Again, it is now a hurricane with 80 mile per hour winds, basically now moving into the southern Gulf of Mexico. So this will be a significant event for us in Metro Atlanta and North Georgia. Thursday night going into Friday again will be the worst for us here in North Georgia. So definitely stay weather ready. We already have pushed out an update in the First Alert Weather app, so make sure and download that app and be ready to rock and roll. One thing we're going to do, because we are anticipating power being lost, is we will stream all of our coverage in that First Alert Weather app. So in the event that you do lose power, you can still watch our coverage and keep up to date on the latest in that app with live coverage. So make sure you get that app downloaded, and we'll keep you up to date on not only Helene, but also the tornado threat that we have right now. We'll keep you up to date on Atlanta News First. Maria, for now, I'll send it back over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Rodney. And as we talk about Hurricane Helene, again, the impacts in Metro Atlanta, we want you to feel prepared and confident in your preparation plans. I want to send it out to our reporter, Don Shipman, with a look at what you need to start doing today.
Yeah, this store just opened at 8 o'clock this morning, but store employees have been here throughout the overnight restocking those shelves, getting ready for an influx of people who will be grabbing those essential items. We're talking about flashlights, those extra batteries, even sandbags. The grocery store is also going to be busy today. Check this out. This is Publix, the aisle with all the bottled water looking pretty sparse. Shoppers stocking up on that water and other essentials. The American Red Cross is urging anyone in the storm's path to have their households ready with at least 3 days worth of water and non-perishable foods.
Water, batteries, flashlights. Make sure you have enough, snacks, potato chips, drinks you can drink without, being cold, apple juice, mostly that.
Also, don't forget your pets. They need water too, and formula. Remember that too. Also, medications. Today is a day to go to the pharmacy to pick up your prescriptions. Pharmacists are urging you to do that today because they say, depending on the severity of the storm, pharmacies could be closed, grocery stores could be closed, and even hardware stores. We're in Northwest Atlanta. Don Shipman, Atlanta News First.
All right, and as we talk about preparations, I want to talk about insurance. I know it's not a fun topic, but it is critical during a time like this, not only after a storm comes through your area, but beforehand, having a conversation with your insurance agent and to help me break down everything that you are going to need to prepare for this weather system. I have Country Financial Insurance Agency owner, David Tabrizipor. Did I pronounce your last name correct?
Yes, you did. Tabrizipor. You did great. Great job.
I'm so happy. So on a more serious topic, Helene has been upgraded to a hurricane. We are expecting significant impacts, so not just some rain, but some heavy flooding, some strong winds. I mean, enough to cause damage to homes, to cars, to businesses. Talk to me about the steps that insurance people who have insurance need to take just at this moment, the day before we are expecting the brunt of a storm system like this.
Yeah, definitely. It's always good to have your declaration pages handy in a dry, clean space, whether it's digitally or in a safe. Just so you know what kind of coverages you have in place, reviewing your policy, your homeowner's policy with your insurance agent. Hopefully you have a good local agent that's always active and ready to answer questions for you when you have them, especially when, hurricanes and stuff like this pop up. It's not, every day we have hurricanes and weather like this coming through Georgia, but it's always good to be well prepared for it. So like I said, just running through your declaration pages with your agent to make sure you have the proper coverages in place to make sure if your home does get damaged by the storms, you are covered.
Let's talk about the before part, because a lot of people start to hear about weather systems like this and they get overwhelmed and they don't even know where to start. Give me a brief checklist of some of the steps that folks should take when preparing to secure their belongings and their house in a weather system like this.
Yeah, definitely. Battery backup systems are always great, just in case you guys lose power. Having plenty ample bottled water, flashlights, candles, just in case, like I said, you lose power, and lighting in the house. Always good to have first aid kits handy and readily available, just in case any injuries do occur, stuff like that. Trim back trees, tree limbs, or anything that's hanging over your house or fences, anything like that.
We've gotten some questions already from viewers who are trying to get what they need together for Helene.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's say that you weather this storm and you do find damage to your property or your belongings. Yep. What is the first step that folks need to take?
Well, definitely reach out to your insurance agent. If you don't have an agent, reach out to whoever's insuring you. Take ample pictures that show the damages and everything that occurred. And like I said, just be active and reaching out to your agent as soon as possible. You don't want to let these things linger. Definitely take care of the issues as they arise.
We talk about hurricanes, weather systems, tropical storms. It really is a time to be neighborly and to be a strong community and be there for each other. But sometimes, there can be some tension. When you have a neighbor's tree fall in your yard, how do you navigate that? And insurance agents like yourself are so important to kind of help offer some mental peace and relief in that moment. What is the path that folks should take if they are caught up in a situation like that?
Well, it's a little bit of a tricky situation. What I tell my clients is it really depends on, say, if a tree, your neighbor's tree, falls on your fence or your property. If the tree is 100% on their property, it's up to their insurance company to take care of the damages that are done to your house or your fence. And vice versa. If you have a tree on your property that happens to damage your neighbor's fence or house, vice versa, same thing there. Your insurance company should take care of everything for them. If it's an incident where the tree is halfway on yours and halfway on theirs, that's a little bit of a tricky situation where you can kind of get both insurance companies involved and kind of do a 50-50 split. But every incident is different. So, it's good to know where your lines are for your property and go from there.
For the folks that don't have insurance and are looking at this as a serious time to become insured, is this the ideal moment to do so? How close to an actual weather system can they get insured and protected?
I mean, you can always get insured whenever. It's never a good idea to get insurance and then, of course, make a claim right away. It does happen. Insurance companies understand that you can't control weather, you can't control accidents, stuff like that. So definitely, if you don't have insurance in place, highly, highly recommend getting something ASAP because you never know when these storms are going to occur. We could have another one come up in the next month. So make sure that, you have a good agent that can walk you through what policy works for you, because what policy works for me might be completely different from what works for you. Every policy can be mixed around and built to help you, which could be something totally different than what I need. So every home insurance policy is different. Just make sure you have what you need to be covered correctly.
During this storm, and especially in the aftermath, a lot of systems are going to be clogged up and busy. I imagine Country Financial is going to get a higher volume of calls for someone who is insured and is just trying to navigate their needs and their coverage. How should they contact Country Financial or their insurance agent in the aftermath of a storm?
Well, we have a great claims team. Our claims team is actually rated A+. Fantastic team. We get things done very fast, very quickly. So it's good to get those. Like I said, if a claim arises, it's good to get them in quickly because when you do have storms like this, there are a few people that will probably have, say, roof damages or roof damage or a tree fall on a house or something like that. So claims are going to be coming in, probably pumping in pretty hot and heavy. So it's good to get it in quick. Like I said, we do have a great team. 866-COUNTRY. If you do want to call and see about getting a policy, you can always come find us, Beatty and Breeze Agency in downtown Lawrenceville. We'd love to help you guys out and find something that suits your needs.
And your coverage is pretty widespread. I mean, just to lay that out for folks here in Georgia, where do you cover?
We cover all of Georgia. All of Georgia. We're actually, my team is licensed in Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, and actually Colorado. So we've got a few licenses out there. So if you don't live in the state here and you do live local and you or a local neighboring state and you are looking for insurance, definitely reach out to us. We'd love to get you a quote. Quotes don't hurt. They don't pull credit, anything like that. So it's always good to shop your insurance and check around.
David, I so appreciate your time, your expertise. I want to make sure that folks who want to get connected with Country Financial get the opportunity to do so. Any online resources or ways that they can reach out?
Yeah, absolutely. Countryfinancial.com. You can look us up, like I said, the Beatty and Breeze Agency, Facebook pages, Instagram pages. We have everything out there to get you to us. And like I said, 866-COUNTRY. If you want to call in and find a local agent, you can Google us. Plenty of options out there to find us, for sure.
I know a lot of folks call during and after severe weather events like these a little shaken up, a little unsure of what's next for them, and you guys are such a calming voice and a guide through this time. Any final advice and just insurance knows that folks should be prepared for and have in the back of their mind?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a misconception that insurance is a waste of money, and a lot of people just say, I've never used insurance. Don't be that person. The last thing that you want to happen is something to happen to your home, get a total loss, and then you don't have insurance in place because you did think insurance was some kind of fraud. We are here to help and with any of your insurance needs, whether it's home, auto, life insurance. We do everything. So we'd love to sit down and talk with you. Come on in and let's get it done.
And with that, we are going to continue our coverage on this storm system as we continue to track Hurricane Helene. As I mentioned at the top of this stream, major impacts, significant flooding, rain, wind that you need to be prepared for yourself, your family, and your loved ones. If you want more information about preparations and what is still to come, we are forecasting minute by minute for you. You can text 470-777-WANF or 470-777-9263. We are going to have continuing coverage on this first alert weather day for you coming up in 10 minutes.